Hello, everyone. This is a daily forecast on Euro-dollar. Happy Monday to you. It's the beginning of the new trading week. I feel very excited. The markets are very volatile right now, and we have lots of interesting trading opportunities. So today is October 11th. This video is brought to you by Fincaria Markets. Please visit our website. You will find lots of interesting, amazing tools for your trading, including educational courses and articles, and all the information about their trading conditions. We offer one of the lowest spreads in the market. Our spread on Euro-dollar is below 0.1 pip most of the time. I'm going to start my analysis as usually with winners and losers. It's a great tool that I like to use on a daily basis. And it shows you the strongest and the weakest currencies across different time frames, from 1 hour and up to 1 month. In addition to this tool, we have a new version. It's called Currency Strength. It's also available separately as an independent widget. You can launch it from Market Info section and then select Currency Index. And I will mainly use this new tool to explain you the tendencies on the markets. So this is more graphical, easier to see. We have more time frames. There's a separate video on my YouTube channel explaining how you can use this tool. I'm going to try to put a link directly in this video so you can switch to that video and look and see more information about this tool. So let's start our analysis. First of all, it's Monday, and I prefer to look at the beginning of the trading week, specifically to look at the Asian session. So I will choose 8 hours, and I will clearly see the tendencies over the last 8 hours. So here we see that many currencies are mixed, but however, still some tendencies can be noticed. The first thing that we notice is that Japanese yen was the weakest currency, and it fell by 0.4%. So the values here are in percentage points. So another thing that we can notice that commodity currencies are quite strong, including the Canadian dollar and Australian dollar. In addition to them, we also have the British pound, which is among the winners so far. I think this happened due to the hawkish comments that we heard on October 9th. So they were given on Saturday from one of the members of the Bank of England, Saunders, and also from the governor. So all this looks actually pretty similar to what we've seen over the previous week. And here we can also select a separate button exists, which says previous week. So we can click this button and we can see the tendency for the whole previous week. So over the last week, we saw really strong performance behind the Canadian dollar and a really weak performance of the Japanese yen. It was mainly related to the risk-on sentiment coming back to the markets. So let's check how Euro-dollar performed in general. We saw that Euro remains one of the weakest currencies. It was actually the weakest currency during the half of the week, second half mainly. But then we saw that New Zealand dollar took the second weakest position. At the same time, the US dollar was actually very different during the week. There were periods when it was very strong. We can actually highlight the chart. So here you see the green line. The US dollar was weak in the beginning of the week, then it was stronger by the mid of the week, and then more or less neutral by the end of the week. And here we actually see just the last part, starting from here. We see this performance during the job report, which actually was quite weak in the beginning. So the headline number was a huge miss, but the job report was actually very strong. And we saw that the US dollar rebounded. So speaking about the economic calendar, there is nothing special expected today, but this week has some important data, including the inflation numbers, employment data in UK, in Australia. So we're going to talk more about those events next time. So today there is nothing special on the agenda. I would mention that there's few speeches from ECB members, so they can actually attract some attention. And also the stock markets are performing flat right now. So let's move straight to the charts. I'm going to start with a daily chart on euro dollar. Once again, it's always good to start from higher time frames to look at the global picture and understand what's happening. So here, once again, we broke this triangle on the daily chart. We're moving much lower. The chart in general in this part looks quite bearish. Here we're in the neutral area between two important levels. One level is the resistance from the daily triangle. Another level is 115 from the pandemic era. So basically this level is from March 2020. And right now we're in the middle. So it's more like a status quo, but I think there's still potential to move much lower and probably retest this level 115. I think it's going to be a very strong level. Probably there are many orders and many bulls will join and probably buy euros at those levels. So let's check the 4-hour and hourly charts. Here I actually have a hourly. I'm going to switch to 4 hours first. So here, just to show you the tendencies, we had a few downside channels, and basically there was a brutal movement on the dollar with a sharp correction and then another lag of movement. And here, let's also have a look at the tendency on Friday. I think it's also very important to see how the price performs during the news release, because we had this sharp increase in euro dollar, but there was a disappointment in certain way, and actually it returned back, and right now it consolidates at the given and the current levels. There's one more level that I see currently. I think this level is going to be a key for today's trading session. It's 115.80. So we touched this level a few times. So we didn't manage to break it. And so far we're just below this level, and probably we can also see another level that's going to be important. It's sort of a trend line. There's a small channel. You can draw it like this. So there's a small channel. Currently, there are a few channels. The downside channel on the 4-hour chart and the hourly upward channel. So we're currently in the correction phase. In my opinion, there's some potential for consolidation, further consolidation, but I generally remain dollar bullish, and I would recommend you to consider shorts from various levels. Let me draw a few scenarios. So the question, of course, is if we're going to see the US dollar rally this week, and if we're going to have weak euro over the current over this week, because we have seen this last week, and probably those tendencies may continue. So let me draw a few potential scenarios. First of all, I would like to draw the key levels for today's session. One sec. So I think that the key levels for today's session are going to look like this. They're very narrow, in my opinion. So potentially, if we break one level, we may move slightly higher. I would still expect the upside movement would be limited. So my general recommendation and my base scenario would be to consider shorts. So for example, it could actually be from those levels, and to consider the test of 115. So that would be my main scenario. Potentially, if we move higher, I still think that the euro dollar will bump into multiple levels. It can be from the level right here. You see that we touched multiple times. There are many highs and lows. So still, I would expect that the euro dollar could rebound even further. Probably this trend line that you see right here with this local upward channel is going to be critical. Once we break it, potentially it would be the beginning. Right here you can see this spot, or maybe lower. So potentially here, once we break this channel, we open opportunity to move lower to 115. And in case if you have a short position, I would recommend to close your shorts above 115. You can do it even earlier, 115.10 or probably 115.20, because the market will start to liquidate positions before this important level is reached. So even in case if things will look bad for the US dollar and we saw a stronger movement, I would still consider that shorts are more interesting. There's one more level that I will mention. It's this high, so 116.40. So potentially from 116.30, slightly below this level. Once again, it's not guaranteed that we will exactly reach this level. So you should consider opening shorts just below this level before it is reached. So from those levels, I would also consider any opening short positions. I think this level is going to be very critical, and in general, 116.60 is the beginning of the US dollar rally. If we move above this level, in my opinion, it cancels the bullish trend on this currency. I'm sorry, the bearish trend on euro dollar, and then we need to reconsider analysis and maybe consider long positions. So far, I recommend only short positions from different levels, and just analyze the markets, look at other currency pairs in case if you see a stronger dollar momentum. I think that would also be a good opportunity, good moment to understand that euro dollar also has a potential to move much lower. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give us your likes and comments. If you have any questions, post them below the video. I would be happy to reply. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss the following videos and our trading recommendations. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a nice day.